Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a wild Wednesday night, and we have to talk about these Friday, June 26th spoilers because my mind is completely blown and I need to vent with people who actually understand this show. I literally cannot sleep right now. I am vibrating with anxiety, frustration, and honestly, a little bit of awe at how unhinged these writers are getting. Just when I thought this week couldn't possibly escalate any further, they dropped these Friday spoilers on us and I am screaming at my screen. I've been watching this show for years, through the good, the bad, and the absolute ridiculous, and this current era is giving me heart palpitations. We have to start with Willow Kane, because I am losing my mind over her audacity. I can't believe she actually did that. Okay, let me back up and explain. The spoilers say that Willow crosses paths with Brooklyn Quartermain at the Metro Court pool, while Brooklyn is with baby Phoebe, and Willow actually asks if she can hold the baby. The absolute nerve of this woman. I mean, are we serious right now? Willow is currently spiraling out of control. She is legally married to Drew Kane, a man she literally shot twice, and she has the audacity to play sweet, innocent former step-auntie at the pool. Let's not forget that Willow and Michael have been divorced for a long time now. Michael has completely moved on and is happily dating Jacinda, living his best life away from this toxic drama, while Willow is stuck in this chaotic web as Drew's legal wife. And yet, she still thinks she has the right to just waltz up to Brooklyn and play the doting friend? I am so sick of her victim act. But here is where it gets incredibly juicy, and I am so here for it. Brooklyn actually agrees and lets Willow hold Phoebe, and even thanks Willow for her help with the adoption. But guys, Brooklyn is keeping the most massive, destructive secret right now. She is actively setting Willow up and framing her for leaving the scene of Jordan Ashford's crash. I know some people are loving this, but personally, I am terrified for Brooklyn. Is she going too far? Yes, absolutely. Framing someone for a felony hit and run is insane. But do I care? Honestly, kinda no. Because Willow has been manipulating Harrison Chase's soft spot for her for way too long, and Brooklyn is just trying to protect her marriage and her family. Brooklyn is smiling in Willow's face, letting her hold this precious baby, all while knowing she is about to send Willow to prison. It is pure soap opera gold, and I am eating up every single second of it. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself, because the Willow drama doesn't even stop there. If you thought Brooklyn's frame-up was the only thing coming for Willow, you are so wrong. The spoilers reveal that Drew Kane is currently blinking out lies to incriminate Willow. I cannot breathe. This is the most hilarious, dramatic, petty thing I have ever seen. Drew is sitting there in his chair, recovering from being pumped full of paralytics by Jen Sidwell, and now that the hospital has set up a way for him to communicate, what is his first order of business? Revenge. Pure, unadulterated revenge. He is literally using his eyelids to send his own wife to jail. Remember when they tried this kind of medical communication storyline years ago? Yeah, it was boring then, but right now, with Drew being a total cad and tormenting Alexis Davis and Willow, it is fantastic. Willow's next nightmare is officially beginning, and she doesn't even see it coming from either side. She is surrounded by enemies. So, this ties directly into Joe Fitzpatrick at the PCPD. The spoilers say Joe has an unusual request for ADA Justine Turner, and it heavily ties into his attempt to prove that Willow fled the scene of Jordan's crash. I am so curious about what this request is. Is it a warrant for Willow's phone records? Is he asking for permission to use Drew's blinks as official legal testimony? I mean, how does that even hold up in court? Your Honor, the witness blinked twice for yes. It is so absurd, but I love it. Justine Turner has been dealing with so much mob garbage lately with Sonny Corinthos and Jen Sidwell, so having Joe march into her office with this bizarre Willow-Drew-Brooklyn conspiracy has to be giving her a massive headache. And then, right on cue, Alexis Davis gets called down to the police station. Now, my brain immediately went in two different directions here. Is Alexis being called down because Curtis Ashford desperately needs her as his defense attorney since Isaiah Gannon is suing him? Or is she being called down because Willow is about to be arrested and needs her former lawyer? Alexis literally just confronted Willow straight to her face and told her she knows she is guilty. If Alexis has to represent Willow after that, the tension is going to be off the charts. I kinda hope Alexis tells her to kick rocks, but we know Alexis has a weak spot for a mess. Okay, back to the Quartermain mansion, because we need to talk about my favorite woman on television, Tracy Quartermain. Harrison Chase goes to Tracy and tells her that there won't be any peace until they have it out. I am sorry, but Chase is being so ridiculously gullible right now. He arrested Tracy because Willow faked being pushed into the lake. Chase is risking his entire career, his badge, and his marriage because he refuses to see Willow for the manipulative person she has become. Tracy, being the absolute queen that she is, might relent and agree to this confrontation, but she makes it crystal clear that her only priority is Brooklyn and her happiness. Tracy basically threatens Chase, telling him that if he dares to break Brooklyn's heart, he will have to answer to her. And she means it. I am totally Team Tracy on this. Chase needs to wake up and smell the coffee before he loses his wife and his impending adopted daughter. But the tragic irony here is that Brooklyn is going to be the one breaking Chase's heart when her frame-up scheme inevitably explodes. I am dreading the moment Chase finds out what Brooklyn did. It is going to destroy them. Let's pivot for a second because Jordan Ashford is out here stressing me out. GH spoilers say Jordan turns to someone for help and admits she is actively searching for Jen Sidwell. Jordan, what are you doing? Jen Sidwell is a literal psychopath. He just held Lucas Jones at gunpoint, he is warring with Sonny Corinthos, and he is harassing Willow in her own home. Why is Jordan trying to track this man down? I know she wants justice, and she wants to fix her family's mess, but she needs to be so incredibly careful. I feel like she is walking right into a trap, and Curtis is already making completely wrong assumptions about her actions. The Asher family is a total disaster right now, and with Portia going into labor soon, the timing could not be worse. Alright, we need to talk about Spoon Island, because my blood pressure is skyrocketing. Jocelyn Jax is still trapped at Windermere, and she gets into a massive, heated argument with Cassius Phazon. I have such a love-hate relationship with Cassius right now. He spent months posing as his twin brother, Nathan West, deceiving everyone, and now he is caught in Ross Cullum's sick web. Cassius tells Jocelyn that he plans to get her and Liesl Obrecht out of there soon. He wants to save them. But Jocelyn, being her mother's daughter, screams right back at him that escaping means absolutely nothing if Ross Cullum succeeds with his cold fusion project. Yes, Jocelyn. Tell him. Jocelyn realizes that this isn't just about her survival anymore. It is about global security. If Cullum gets that prototype working, countless lives are in danger. Jocelyn is secretly a WSB agent, which we finally found out when Carly confessed to Lucas, so Jocelyn knows exactly what is at stake. She isn't just a scared college kid, she's an operative, and she's not going to just run away and let Cullum win. But Cullum is pressuring Cassius to murder Jocelyn to tie up loose ends. The stakes have never been higher. I am so terrified for Jocelyn, but I also know that Carly and Lucas are planning a rescue mission, and Valentine is meeting with Z in Geneva to stop Cullum. It is all coming to a head, and I am practically chewing my fingernails off waiting for the Windermere climax. And finally, Tortola, the British Virgin Islands. I need everyone to brace themselves because this is the part of the spoilers that actually made me gasp out loud. Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri finally make it to the hideout, and Lulu absolutely stuns Britt Westbourne by blocking the door and stopping her from leaving. Can we talk about this? The history between Lulu and Britt is so deep, so complicated, and so messy. Britt is on the run with Lulu's son, Rocco. Of course Lulu's going to come in like a wrecking ball. They have a massive showdown over Britt's decision to flee Port Charles with Rocco. Lulu is furious, and Britt is terrified and severely ill. Her symptoms are returning so fast, and she was just trying to get Rocco to leave with his passport before things got worse. But Rocco is upset. He is furious because he finds out that Nathan, who is actually Cassius, is the one who spilled their location to Lulu and Dante. Rocco feels completely betrayed. He thought he was protecting Jason Morgan by shooting Cullum, and now his entire world is collapsing. But wait, it gets worse. It gets so much worse. I am literally shaking typing this. The spoilers reveal that more trouble is brewing for Britt because Cassius took Ross Cullum's bait. Cassius stole vials from the safe at Windermere and mailed them to Britt, thinking he was sending her the medicine or the cure she needed for her condition. But he wasn't. Cullum, that absolute monster, put poison in those vials. Cullum fully assumes that Britt is going to be eliminated by her own hand, injecting herself with poison thinking it's her treatment. I cannot handle this. Britt Westbourne has been through hell and back. She is sick, she is desperate, and she is trying to protect Rocco. If she injects that vial, she is going to die right there in front of Lulu and Rocco. The spoilers say a scary situation will indeed play out for Britt before the week wraps up. Is Lulu going to stop her just in time? Is Rocco going to knock the syringe out of her hand? Or is Britt going to collapse, poisoned by the very agency that ruined her mother's life? I am so mad at Cassius for being so stupid and falling for Cullum's trick. How could he not check the vials? He just mailed a death sentence to his own mother's daughter. This show is going to put me in an early grave. Between Willow being framed by Brooke Lynn and incriminated by Drew's blinking, Chase being an idiot, Jocelyn fighting for her life against Cassius and Cullum, and Britt literally holding a vial of poison in Tortola, Friday cannot come fast enough. I am going to be glued to my television. I know some people complain about the pacing of this show, but right now, it is firing on all cylinders. I need to know what happens to Britt. I need to know if Carly gets to Jocelyn in time. I need to know when Chase is going to find out the truth about his wife. I'm sorry for rambling so much, but I just had to get all of this out of my system. My brain is going a million miles an hour. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I the only one terrified for Britt? Do you think Brooke Lynn is going to regret framing Willow? Let's discuss, because I am not going to be able to focus on anything else for the rest of the week.